Alright guys, welcome back. Our trade is freaking killing it. This is really what I'm looking at right now on Bybit, as far as it's pretty much just an ascending triangle with this overhead line right here being the all-time high. Our trade's still absolutely killing it. I've been taking profits on it, you guys know. But yeah, we're up, and obviously this is extremely conservative. You just know how we roll on the channel. And more so than anything, just what I want to say about Bitcoin, Ethereum, more so than anything, like the reason we're getting these returns and it looks like we're about to break all-time highs again on Ethereum possibly today is because we were patient. We knew what we were doing. We didn't clown ourselves and we didn't like back out. All right, let's just look at the charts. Even though I already showed you like main things I'm looking on right now on Ethereum. First off, I want to bring your attention to this. This is going to be the total crypto market cap, and this is just absolutely massive, setting new all-time highs. So I've talked about this a little bit before, but I've never brought it on the channel. I got to bring it on the channel though, because there's just so much money flowing into the space right now. So we're breaking all-time highs on top of all-time highs on top of all-time highs, literally for the crypto market cap. So you might be asking yourself, like literally the industry standard for what's going to pump between crypto like Bitcoin or altcoins is always Bitcoin dominance, like we talk about, yes? But if there's a massive amount of money coming into the crypto space, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, if there's a lot of money coming into the crypto space, then both altcoins can pump and crypto and Bitcoin can pump at the same time. Usually when there's a relative amount of money in crypto, then it has to be one or the other because there's only so much money into the space. But because we're breaking all-time highs, we can both hit new all-time highs on altcoins and at the same time also break all-time highs on things like Bitcoin, which we're seeing today. It looks like graphs up 90%. That's literally off the charts. We went over graph yesterday, and it literally was off the charts. You literally couldn't even measure that, really. Maybe that was like a super high fib extension, but we would have had to take it level by level. So that was just insane pumpage off of graph today. Really what I want to see is on Bitcoin dominance, we're looking at potentially a head and shoulders and a break of this line. So this would be absolutely massive. And then you guys know that this line is to break resistance down over here. There's some massive resistance. Oh, it's right here. No, it's something like this. I don't know. This is on the 4-hour. It was on the daily. It's like a daily wick or something. Over this way though for this line, and then this line is for that, and then it's also, this would technically right here be the neckline for this potential head, shoulder, or this potential shoulder, head, and then potentially another shoulder. Looks like it could happen. Could not with Bitcoin. We'll see. I think altcoin season is going to be pretty strong, but we'll see. Again, but I'm not really trading until me personally, unless that head and shoulders breaks and we break those critical levels. Look how gorgeous that is. So, we talked about this before. I gave you guys the targets for this. Obviously, I didn't trade it because when we started drawing it, it was right around here, and I said we need an increase in volume, and we got an increase in volume right here. And then obviously we had this massive wick after it confirmed in volume, and we got these confirmation. I think we were like right here or like right here when I was talking about it, and volume was down. So I guess I said for this continuation, like for this to break out, we need to see more volume. We did see more volume. This is the measured move right here. And I wasn't saying last night, you can look at the video, I wasn't saying it was going to break down. I said it could go either way, and you have to wait no matter what to see which way it goes out to trade it correctly, and we did actually. So it looks like it hasn't broken the entire measured move right here yet, so it's still got room to run. This right here on the 4-hour is a morning star pattern, or shooting star pattern. So essentially what that means, it's a possible reversal candle. It hasn't closed yet, and it's cooling off more than anything, because like I said, it's one thing to look at the technical analysis and say, oh look, this looks like a morning star, especially if this bottom part fills, then this would be a morning star. Right now it's more so leaning more like a doji, especially towards ideology. But when you factor in the entire scope of what's going on right now, and you can't like just go off of candlestick patterns, you have to understand candlestick patterns and then interpret it into the market. And we just broke all-time highs again on Bitcoin. And so I'm sure like RSI is probably on fire, things like that, and we're just waiting to basically coil up for another move up. And so I don't necessarily think that this is all this is showing is that there's just not an extreme amount of buying pressure currently, and that we could be coiling up. Okay, so let me extend this wedge. Does it hit these areas perfectly? Because if it hits these perfectly, I think it hits this one perfectly, so I can just line it up like that. Boom. Nice. So yeah, I mean, we could consolidate back into this golden pocket right here. Is this a golden pocket? It looks like, yeah. This is a golden pocket area right here. We could accumulate in there. And what's crazy is actually this golden pocket right here. Let me draw it so that you guys can see it. So 618, yellow. There we go. Oh, 718. What the heck? Thought I put 618. There we go. What the heck? You guys are seeing that. Is this, oh, is this the, maybe I'm doing it on this one? I'm not sure. There we go. We could potentially hit this pocket right here, this golden pocket right here, bounce off of this, which would also be, yeah, that's what I did. I did hit this one. Let me just edit this real quick. Should take a second. And then these two pockets right here would line up perfectly. It could potentially bounce this pocket right here, find support pretty easily because these two different potential support areas line up perfectly, giving it a higher potential to bounce off of, and it would be bullish from all the different points of view from different graphs. So that is Bybit. That's our Bybit chart. Let's go to Coinbase. So this is the macro Fibonacci that we always look at, and we actually, congratulations, we have to move it up because it broke a new all-time high. Boom. And it just looks really good. Obviously, we want to stay above this level right here. It'd be ultra bullish if we hit this level and bounced off, potentially testing it as support. We'll see what happens. And then obviously it looks like it hit this resistance area perfectly, and then it looks like we broke this resistance level right here with that. So I'm not going to delete it because we could hit this area and then bounce back on it as support. But those are kind of the ideas we're looking at. And then these are the fib levels that we could potentially bounce off of. These are fib levels at different measurements of the Fibonacci, which have come into play a lot. Like it bounced right here, bounced right here. There's a few other spots where it kind of came into play, but yeah, these are definitely important to look at if we're going to come down. If the price action was to break this level right here and we were to come down, we would possibly be looking at this level, and this level, which are major Fibonacci 1.618 levels that I have drawn out. Alright, so that's Coinbase, that's Bybit, and then Bitchermax is, we should have, yeah. So this was a consolidation. It looks really crappy, just because I think we drew it on a shorter time frame, like on the shorter time frame, so it looks weird on the 4 hour. Looks like this was a potential double top idea. Looks like it got fulfilled, like right here. And then, like what I said earlier, is basically we did drop, but then we caught ourselves right here, and so there was this double top idea which played out on this one, and then there was
on again, it looks weird because we were looking at it on like the hourly charts. Maybe that will help. But we were looking at it on the hourly and the 30-minute, so different time frames are going to have different candlesticks. But you can clearly see the neckline and then the top right here. Yeah, so this is like a triple top right here. And then I think we drew the downtrend on a higher time frame. But we end up breaking this, coming down massively, finding support at this. This was a Fibonacci level that we have on a different chart, and then we ended up bouncing off. And so I told you guys this is bullish, and we just want to hold these levels. That's what I told you guys yesterday, and we did. And we broke all-time highs again. Now on the 1 hour, this is pretty bearish. Technically a bearish engulfing candlestick, but not textbook because it doesn't have the wick. But that's not going to be a good close. If we close right there, we could consolidate more, would be good for alts. So those are kind of the ideas that we had on these. This chart right here. So you got Coinbase and then Kraken. I swear we had a Kraken chart and now I can't find it. It's like they took it off the Kraken one. It doesn't matter. We'll go ETH next. I already showed you some ETH charts on my Bybit account, just what I have pulled up, like when I'm hanging out with friends and stuff, like and I'm in my trade, like I'm just looking at like the most macro things that I really need to pay attention to, and I showed you what those are. This level would have been absolutely perfect to touch as support. Is it really that low right now? It was just, it must have just started tanking. And I told you guys that this was a key level, and it looks like we broke it. Yeah, it just started tanking. Weird. We're still right here on, if you can see it. I'm going to turn down the brightness because that tends to help. We're still right here, so potentially we're at the bottom of this triangle that we could potentially find support at. That's a pretty big bearish candlestick, and usually those come with moving average crosses. So I put up the moving averages. These ones are way too spread, but this is on a lower time frame. Something like the 30, the 15, they start to trend down, and then you get a continuation, just like some momentum downwards. Yeah, momentum oscillator's not looking hot. But yeah, we could, if we get a strong bounce right there. Oh, it looks like we did get a bounce is what it looks like on both the graphs. So I'm showing you two graphs at one time. So that's really what I'm looking at right there. Again, this is the all-time high right here. I have that on my other graph. And then what I really wanted to see, and I told you guys, I was like, you have resistance that comes up right here. I don't know if you can see this candle wick right here. It perfectly hits resistance right here, and then the price action comes out, and it perfectly taps right here, and it taps right here. So I'm like, if we can just hit another support and bounce off, like that's going to be absolutely huge. That's why I have this line drawn right here. And then obviously we weren't able to flip this again support, and we came down, and so obviously there was that dump. And then like I said, you have this right here, which is the 3 touch points. What is this on? This is on the 12 hour, so it's obviously like I said, like very important macro charts that I'm looking at. Like when I'm with my friends or something, like I'll just look at that chart and be like, oh, I want to add some to my position, or oh, I want to, just depending. I would have to see I'd have to see a sharp bounce with volume to potentially buy right here, because potentially you'd be buying at the bottom of this descending wedge. But the thing is that I always tell you guys about, you can't just put limit buys on this area, because if you do, then it could potentially break that area, and then you have a downwards price action. I mean, Ethereum's really bullish and it's holding right now, but we'll see. So those are kind of like the ideas that we're looking at on this chart. Look how perfectly it hits this level, this fib level right here. Fib circle perfectly, fib circle perfectly. So I mean, like I said, it looks really good. We hit this fib level very, very nicely. It just looks good. Um, and then we expected that on the channel. If we were to break that level, that wouldn't be good in the short term. And it looks like I said, it fell down to the bottom area that we were looking at. And we want to see if it's going to bounce from there. And what do we see to bounce? We look at volume. If we do go lower, we're going to be potentially looking at something like this, potentially looking at something like this, just depending on when we do go lower, because this Fibonacci channel both goes off of the X and the Y axis. So, I mean, it's been pretty accurate from everything that I've seen. I love these things. So, we'll just see. I don't think we're going to have to use this chart, but it's there. If the price does go lower, I'll keep you guys updated. So that's Coinbase, Kraken. Did we go over Bybit already? No, we didn't go over Bybit's chart. So these are just kind of support resistance ideas. A lot to look at essentially. This could be a double top right here. And playing out the double top idea, you would put this as the neckline. I mean, again, these are very bearish scenarios that most likely I don't think are going to happen, but they're on the charts. So if they do happen, like, you know what I mean? Like, so you have this massive double top right here. So this is one top, and then this is the other top. And then the neckline for that one would be right here. And that's one top. I don't want to confuse you, so I'm going to delete that one. And then I'm going to show you the one that we're concerned about right now, because it's first and foremost. And then if price action does go, I'll show you the other one. And I'll draw the necklines for both of them, so you will be prepared. So this one right here. And then potentially for this double top to play out, you would have to have the price action come down to right here. And then, yeah, this is the neckline right here. And then obviously, like, if the price action was to come down to these levels, again, Ethereum's very bullish, things like this, but, you know, you have to factor it in, you have to think about it. And if this was the case where, you know, this was the case where it came down to this level, again, because Ethereum's really bullish, unless there's a lot of volume backing up this drop, and unless there's definitive closes, more so anything, you're going to want to see volume, especially after this drop right here. If you don't see volume, you know, it could easily, you know, come down and then wick it. So I'm going to delete this real quick. And then I'm going to put this as the neckline for this double top that we went over before. It's this one right here. So, you know, double top inside a double top makes sense. And the reason it is a double top is because the price action actually does come down, or it comes from down here and then goes up, comes up, and then potentially comes down. And that would be a double top to play into this double top. So we'll see what happens. But like I'm saying, like, it's one thing to look at the graph, it's another thing to interpret it with the fundamentals and whatnot. And so because Ethereum usually holds its value pretty well, and because it's relatively bullish, if we were to potentially come down here, we could definitely potentially like hit these areas right here. And this is resistance, and then basically come down right to where these levels are, and then flip it as support. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying watch it with volume, because I think that we could easily get a wick like this. And if we do come down and there is a wick and it's below at least this wick right here, so I'll put another line, then we're good. All right. So I think that's enough ideas out of that chart. I think we're doing really good on the charts. Yeah, so we're good with Ethereum. Let's take a quick look at ADA. ADA, freaking, you know, that's our favorite crypto. You know, it's like we're super upset because we can't buy more of it because it just keeps pumping and it won't retrace. And you know, we got in at 10 cents and it's the best crypto and we hate it because it won't stop pumping. Because you can never have enough Cardano. It's crazy. So, what did I say about this level right here? I said something about this level right here last night. I don't remember exactly what it is. More so than anything, this is just bullish, in my opinion, that you have this wick and then this massive buying pressure without even negating any single one of these lower lows or single one of these higher lows. It looks really good. It looks fundamentally strong. I think, let me pull up the 5MA because I think it hit the 5MA at this level last night. Oh, wow. Oh, but that's on the 4 hour. I think it hit it on the daily. I'm almost positive. Dang. I went to medical school. You'd think I'd have a better memory. I thought it did. I don't know. I thought it did, but maybe it was like right here that it wicked it probably because this is a different day because this is the next day. Looks like a doji when you zoom out on the daily. And like I said, it looks good. It looks bullish. There's just nothing like it's not like pulling back to like this golden pocket and then blasting off higher. It's not like hitting like a critical moving average, finding support and then moving higher. So there's no real TA to say besides that it's in an uptrend, and really all we can do is, you know, keep the TA like this, like keep this, and then potentially have like extended fibs like this right here. So potentially like a target for it would be potentially like this 2.618 level right here, this 1.618 level right here. These extended Fibonacci retracement areas could be potential targets on top of other things. But really, like I said on this channel, I'm staying away from it. Ethereum seems really undervalued. Cardano seems like, you know, it could go up, it could not go up. Again, we love Cardano for a long-term hold. We're not even trying to make money off of it. Besides all of the Cardano we're accumulating from staking it. But I'm not even trying to sell my Cardano this bull cycle. Like, that's how ridiculously bullish I am. Am I going to sell Bitcoin this cycle? Absolutely, once it tops. Am I going to sell Ethereum this cycle? Absolutely, when it tops. Am I going to sell Cardano this cycle when it tops? Nah, I wouldn't. I'm just going to get in at really, really, really good prices like we did, like 10 cents. And then hold throughout this bull run and hold throughout this bear winter, and then it's just going to go explode next cycle. So let's see what else we got. Link. So I mean, I would hit it with like fib circles and stuff, but like on this channel I don't even like really, like, that's just not the move. And like, trust me, I know the moves. We call the moves every time and we're always right, but like right now that's just not the move. So it looks like, I mean, unless you don't have an ADA bag, you should always have Cardano. But make sure you're getting a good price on it too. Don't FOMO in. So it looks like this is always the area that we're looking at. We keep hitting it, rejecting. We get rejected. We haven't even tested it again, so we'll see what happens. If we test it, I'd be really excited if we broke this because it's been a while. Come on, Link. And you got things like Umbrella, which are really, like I said, and this is why, I don't have like a massive amount of Link, and I hear a lot of people in the space say they have a massive amount of Link, and it's like there's a lot of decentralized Oracle protocols and like decentralized just Oracle, tokens that are coming out like Umbrella on Polkadot, and just a lot of different, oracles like APY3. We always talk about it. So like I told you guys, this is why I'll hold the token. I will hold a small amount of it. It is a long-term hold for me, at least in this bull cycle. But come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, we called it. We knew that it wasn't really going to be performing well because, like I said, it's the competition. Bounced off this moving average right here. It's looking good. Looking good. And DOT is undervalued compared to Cardano, I believe still. And usually they run together. I want to take a look at VET. And then you guys know my sentiment on DOT on the channel. So I'm not really going to go over it. It looks decent. I wouldn't pick any up right now. There were definitely accumulation periods that we went over. So like if you're missing like the accumulation periods when I tell you guys to heavily accumulate this stuff, just sub to the channel and just wait for the next one and not FOMO in. You know what I'm saying? Would be my best thing. Yeah, so I was saying DOT was undervalued. Or not DOT, VeChain. Is VET, is that the VeChain ticker symbol? It's been so long since I've got involved with VeChain. I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right graphs. Yeah, it's VeChain. Yeah, so like VeChain used to be running with DOT and Cardano at the beginning of the bull cycle. They were both up like 150%. Literally, like I think VET was like 140. I think Cardano was like 152 or something. And then I forget what Polkadot was. Polkadot was just a little bit behind Cardano. And I was like, dang, like VeChain really hasn't been performing as well. At least let's look at its stats real quick so I can interpret them. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because they were all correlated to each other. When one would pump, they would all pump, and they would all pump pretty hard together. And Cardano and whatever just broke away hard, and I was saying that. So yeah, I mean, in the last 30 days, it's up in a year 500%. So that's pretty on par with these guys. Oh, well, Cardano did that in like 3 months. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I have a bag of VeChain. You know what I really like about VeChain is when you stake VeChain, you earn. I have my VeChain staked, and you earn something called like Thor tokens, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, you earn like it's like a different token than VeChain that you earn when you stake it. I'm almost positive it's called like Thor chain or something like that. I just haven't looked at my VET tokens in a while. Like I said, I'm really waiting. I'm really hoping, and I've never heard anybody in the crypto community talk about this, but I'm really hoping that we're gonna look at Uni. Uni's been killing me. And usually when cryptos kill you, you just got to stay in them, and then they'll eventually pump if they're a decent project. But I've never heard anybody in the space talk about this. But if Uni, and I think Uni does, I think it did go for an application that it wants to go on Cardano. If you can use your Cardano tokens to swap and trade different tokens, that will be absolutely huge. Imagine going on Uniswap and not paying overpriced Ethereum gas fees. That is just going to be, at that point, I'm probably going to sell most of my altcoins when Cardano allows for swapping of tokens. Like once Cardano powers Uniswap, oh my gosh, just think about it. It's like Cardano tokens are expensive, but you know they manage their ecosystem so much better. So imagine just like the ROIs are just going to be so good. If you know what I'm talking about because you're in the space, you know what I'm talking about. Just so exciting. And then I'm probably going to be selling I have a little bit of, I usually don't like to show my holdings, but this is just one small account that I have. So I have a little bit of Ocean Protocol, and it's up 24% today. I have a little bit of Unibright. I'm not really shilling these projects or anything. I think that they're both okay. I think they have potential. I think they have all the right buzzwords. We'll see how they perform, but they're okay. I like the ideas behind them for sure, but we'll see how they perform. But those kind of tokens that are okay, or I'd rather just sub them out for Cardano. I'd rather just I think I'm up 200% on both of those, so that's not even that good compared to what we see in like some of the other stuff. So um, I'm looking to sub some of those kind of tokens out for some more Cardano, and then I'm just waiting for Uniswap to get put on Cardano. Could be a few months, that's fine. I don't mind if like I'm just hoping that before the last altcoin season for this run, I'm hoping that before the last altcoin season, we'll launch the mainnet for Cardano, and then that would just be, oh my gosh, that would be so dope. And then I can get rid of a lot of these coins. And then I hold some low cappers. I don't know if I'll show them, but because I like to just outsource you guys to Elliott Trades, and I like Reef Finance, and I uh, like Umbrella and stuff. Like I like the new tokens, and I guess Umbrella just came out today. I'm pretty sure Umbrella I think just came out today, or no, what came out today was option. What is it? Option Room? Yeah. This one just came out today. It's already up 13%. I was thinking about getting this earlier today when it was out earlier. Yeah, it just went up 7% right now. It just came out today, and or at least in the last few days. It's not been out for at least a week. Pretty sure it came out today though. Um, and this one's looking hot. Like a lot of these coins, like it's like what's the best cryptocurrency? And a lot of these coins they're not out yet. Like they're gonna be made this bull run. Stuff like this is a very new, ICO. And then I was gonna cost base average into this, but to cost base average into something like this using this, so you would use this contract right here. You would copy this, put it into Uniswap, and then you would have to have a wallet set up with Uniswap, and you could essentially get these tokens. I don't want to do it for you guys live unless you guys really ask me to. But I mean, yeah, unless you guys ask me to, I won't do that. But um, cost base averaging into a project like this is going to cost probably $100 a cost base average, and if it's anything like the falling knife formation we saw in Graph or Filecoin, you know what I mean, it's just so risky on an ICO to get in to begin with, but you do want the exposure like this. So the best way to get into it by far, if you believe in the project, is cost base averaging in. And if I'm going to cost base average into an entire position of $1,000, cost base averaging in $100 on each buy-in, like it just doesn't make sense when you factor in like every time I buy $100 worth, I'm gonna have to use Uniswap, and that's gonna cost me like $30 in Ethereum gas fees. So I'm losing a 30% ROI to begin with, and this is only up 13%. I mean, this could pump massively. This could easily pump 70% today. It could also dump 70% today. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense to you. If you're older to the space, you're like, nah, dude, I definitely get you. So I'm just really excited for Cardano. Do we long, by the way, or wait, drop? I mean, Bitcoin. All right, I got you. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull up Bitcoin. So like I talked about before, it's really comes down to we need to hold this level that I don't remember which graph I have. I have a bunch of different graphs with a bunch of different charts, you guys know. So I don't remember what graph it was, but we need to hold this level for sure. We need to hold this level for sure. Um, on the daily, like I said, like it says it's looking like a top on Market Cipher. I don't like that. Money momentum oscillator. I would want to see this come in a little bit more. Volume right now seems to be trending downwards. Like right now just doesn't seem to be the time to get into it. Like I said before, and I kind of went over the subject matter at the beginning of the video, it's like this. You see this and it looks like a morning star pattern with this long bearish wick. It doesn't look like it too much anymore, but when you start to see this morning star pattern, it looks like a reversal pattern. But because we just broke all-time highs, basically it's just cooling off right now. It's just cooling off right now. We still have this much of a measured move. Right now, I wouldn't really recommend getting into it. I don't really see any patterns to trade at all. Like we're in an uptrend obviously, and we continuation of that uptrend with this higher high. Everything just looks good, more so than anything. I covered this a lot before. This is a hammer. This is essentially a shooting star. Like it's consolidating. You can see it on the volume. You can't trade something with low volume. It's just not possible. No matter what's showing on the graphs, if there's nobody to push the markets, it's just not going to go through. I can't recommend that you trade it right now. We're just consolidating is the analysis. I forget if this is I don't know if this is the ticker symbol USD right there. Let's check her out. So yeah, the momentum waves on the 4-hour are not looking good for this token. This is looking relatively better right here, but again, we want to see a little bit more on the momentum waves. Money's not deep in the green like what you would want to see. It's trending downwards a little bit, but it looks like it does find good support, and it looks like it is very bullishly moving up in an uptrend on top of an uptrend on top of an uptrend. So obviously good. There's a few things that I want to go over. It looks like this is really the start of the pump, so I'm gonna hit a fib right there, going off of like what do you call it, like an Elliott wave, impulse wave, wave 1 before a potential corrective wave. So again, like if you don't know, it's just like a little bit more advanced trading. But if you're like on the channel for a while, you'll start to definitely pick it up. It's just like we go over like a lot more than usually like what a normal channel will go over. So I just feel like new people coming in, they're gonna be thrown off a little bit by it. Yeah, and I mean look how perfectly it hits these levels. So it's not swing low to swing high, it's impulse wave going off of Elliott wave theory, which is obviously has an incredible backing. And yeah, it looks good. And then what on top of that, what I want to do is, you guys know I love my Fibonacci channel, so I'll hit it with a fib channel. So we'll start with this area right here. You can't just draw a fib channel, you gotta have the touch points on it like we talk about. So we got this right here. This would be potentially touch point number 1. Potentially touch point number 2. Is it gonna line up perfectly? So you have this one right here. Looks good, but no bacon. Alright. I just made that saying up. Alright, we look right here. Nice, that looks pretty good. And then I just want to have these touch points down here. Wow, that's perfect right there. Yeah. And look how perfect that is. It just almost. Dang. Boom. One, two, and then that's three right there. On top of touching that one, that one. So technical analysis, like, again, it really comes down to education amongst a bunch of other things, but yeah, that's definitely it right there. So these are kind of like just what we're looking at right now. And then if you want to, on top of this, I wouldn't put a speed fan on this because this thing's looking pretty consolidation. This thing's looking like consolidation. What I can do for you is it looks like it's in an uptrend pretty definitively. I could definitely do a fib wedge. Yeah, let's do a fib wedge. Blast off is definitely right here. Let's just redraw that. Hmm. Oh, I did it again the same way. I got into a habit of doing that. There we go. Let's see. Damn. This happens to me a lot. Usually not live though, so that's nice. I could definitely touch it up with those. That's not gonna touch any of those though, so then. Boom. And then okay, perfect. Got it. Finally. We're good. You just tap this to here. Bring out the arc. Move it to right there. Boom. What else do we got? I think that might be most of what we need to do on here. Because these are all just tools. Resistance arc. I literally love resistance arc so much. These are some big boy tools. So let me know if price action comes up. I got you on all the different fibs. Sub to the channel, I'll keep you updated. See if there's any more questions. You have the weirdest humming. I think it's the computer. Yeah, it's the computer. Let me put the mic a little bit away from it. Yeah, this takes so much energy from what we have. Have a great stream, stay green. Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks, bro. Maybe it scares people away. Yeah, I think it's just this stream. Is the thing plugged in? Yeah. It's just this stream, I think, just because of the computer's literally humming. It gets so hot when I stream. Let's see what else. But yeah, people do not know how much power, Wi-Fi, everything it takes to stream is crazy. I mean, I got unlimited Wi-Fi and I got this thing hooked up to the router, so it's no problem at all. But thank you for the help, brother. Let's see. Nice. Yeah, so we're just consolidating on Bitcoin. Let's take another look at ETH because ETH was going crazy a second ago. ETH. And then just let me know. I'll take like one or two more questions. I just wanted to check in with you guys, show you guys that everything that we're doing is good. Everything that we talked about is still in play. Our trades are going good. Our coins are going good. Everything's good. I just wanted to, I told you guys I would do another stream this morning and then I'll do one tonight, and like I just want to keep you guys updated. So right here looks pretty good. This could potentially be resistance, flip support. Like I said, this will be absolutely critical if we hold this level, and right now we are, which is crazy. It's just going to be bearish if we do close like the hourly or the 4 hourly on this bearish candlestick. So that's what we're looking for. And then again, just so you can see two graphs at one time, and really like when I'm trading the actual, like the reason I like this channel so much and the reason I feel like I provide so much value is because like I don't only show you the price action, but I show you exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I'm looking at as a profitable trader, and it's literally free. I literally do all this stuff literally just because I want to help people. And I literally love helping people, so like ask me any questions if you have any questions. But yeah, when I go out in public or I'm doing stuff or I'm hanging out with my friends, I'll literally, this is the graph that I'm looking at while I'm making the trades, while I'm like taking positions. And so right now, going off of this, we're at the bottom of this channel right here. And essentially, this could be a good buying opportunity or longing opportunity if we hold this level. I told you guys not to just set limit orders at that level, though. Make sure we bounce off of it. Make sure we have support coming off of it. Make sure it's tested as support and it looks good. And so right now we're holding it. Let's go to a different chart just so we can go to a different chart. So Kraken, let's go to Coinbase. And then I'm going to go to the 1 hour, see how the candle's on that. Yeah, so we closed pretty bearish on the 1 hour, not looking too good. On top of a doji, it looks like we did find support on the 1 hour. On this is the EMA, exponential moving average 50 on the 1 hour. Let's see, that's Coinbase, Kraken. Let's take a quick look at Bybit. And then yeah, the double top idea is still in play. Like I said, we'll see what happens. It doesn't come into play until this neckline's broken. And again, watch for volume because it's a bullish coin. Like the possibility of this happening, I mean, it could happen, but watch the volume. I'm not saying that it's going to drop. I'm just saying this is an idea on the chart that we have to be cognizant of. And that's why we have this drawn right here so you can understand top number 1, top number 2, neckline. And then you have this other double bottom right here, right where this Fibonacci is. So we could potentially come down to this level, bounce off this fib, and still be good. Do I think we're going to come all the way down here? I don't. But, you know, it's these patterns, this double top and this bigger double top that we were talking about earlier with this neckline. It's in the charts. We have to talk about it. I need to keep you guys updated. I need you guys to know exactly what's going on in these charts. Anyways, I think that's good for right now. Again, we're just holding support, and until we break support, we're good. We're just consolidating, but we're not consolidating like this, like in a channel or something. We're consolidating and holding support level, which is absolutely crucial. If we were consolidating like this and not holding support, that would be a little bit concerning, but we're holding support nicely. So I think that should be it. Do you have any questions? Should I buy more Bitcoin? I thought we were gonna hit 50K, or maybe it will done, or maybe it will I dump, or I don't know. Let me talk about Bitcoin for a second. You know, like my friends always are like, bro, I see you doing so good in cryptocurrency. Like, I want to get in. And so I literally, this is what I'm going to tell you is like exactly what I would tell my friends. I would be like, I think we're going to 100K, not financial advice, but I've been in since 10K, like heavy. I mean, I bought Bitcoin when it was $100, but like heavy at 10K, buying a lot. But so like I think you're early. But let's take a look at the graphs, and I'm going to break down the graphs for you, and you make your own decisions. So, and that's the way it should be. So you have this right here, which is a consolidation pattern. We did break out of this consolidation pattern. I measured the move. The measured move is right here. We're consolidating right here. Volume is falling off a cliff. It's not doing so well. So because volume's trending down, we're basically consolidating at these levels. Bitcoin dominance and like altcoin season usually have an effect on that, but because of the MasterCard news, I'm pretty sure Visa MasterCard news, a lot of money is also flowing into Bitcoin, and like we looked at the beginning of the stream, cryptocurrency market cap is at all-time highs, just massive amounts of money flowing into this space, and so we want to hold support levels. This looks like a potential double top playing out right here. You have top number 1, top number 2. And so it really just comes down to what you're trying to do. We could potentially hit this right here and bounce higher. What I said yesterday when I drew this Fibonacci is I said, guys, this isn't like a macro Fibonacci. This is a Fibonacci from swing low to swing high on this pump right here that we're currently in. And so it looks a little off. I think it's because it's drawn in a different time frame, or maybe because, yeah, I think that's what it is, because it lines up perfectly with these levels right here and these levels right here. But you know, potentially we could hit this level right here, bounce higher. Really what you want to see on an entry, if you're looking to enter in, is you want to look at a potential area like this Fibonacci area, and you want to see a bounce. So you don't want to see it hit this level and hover right above it. You want to see a clear bounce from that level, showing that it's acting as support. And right now we clearly have this as resistance. So you'd also want to see a break in resistance before we get really bullish. And then also this is we just went below this moving average. So technically, like, until we break above it, yeah, the price action is technically on the like the ultra like low like micro charts, technically like a little bit bearish. We're still above these key moving averages, which is huge. But whenever you fall below a moving average, especially a significant moving average, the price action becomes bearish, which means that it's going to go down. But this is just one little small moving average. So nothing too scary to worry about. You just want to see a hold of these levels. You want to potentially see, you know, you have all this price action right here, and it looks like, unfortunately, that we're breaking through a lot of it, which isn't hyper bullish. So yeah, we broke through that. We could potentially hit like support levels around here and then get that bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like what we had before was we had resistance, 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 flipped support, and then that was extremely bullish, but we weren't able to hold it. You know what I'm saying? So we have a potential double top idea right here. If the double top does end up playing out, you got this. You got this. It looks like it pretty much already did play out from what I can see, just taking a quick look at it. But yeah, you got these kind of ideas that you're looking for. You're looking for support right here. That's basically what my point is. If we could find support right here, bounce off, that would be the most short term. Take this, turn down the background. And it just depends on what you're trying to do. You know, some people buy the dips that are scary. Some people, like when it just like absolutely massively drops, they buy the dip. Some people are like, you know, it just depends on what your strategy is. But overall, Bitcoin should, you know, Bitcoin's the king of crypto. So if Bitcoin's the king of crypto, then obviously as people take profits into alts, guess where they're going to be putting it? Back into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's bullish. Bitcoin's not like, this is definitely not the all-time high. I mean, not financial advice, but, you know, I had a massive amount of money in at like 32,000 and like I was already up like 300% or something from and everybody was screaming it was the top. We hit 42, everybody screaming it's the top. We hit 46, everybody screaming it's the top. We hit 20k and I had people screaming it was the top. We hit 17k and I had people screaming it's the top. Listen, I mean, you're not talking to somebody that's trying to like screw you over on money. You know, I've traded over $400,000 in cash through, let me just pull up my account right here. I have $5,000. I just took out a lot of my Bitcoin, but I have $5,000 profits on this one alone. Just straight up 5 bands. Like just on some light, I can't cuss, but I don't want to cuss. I don't want to make that part of the channel. Like we're just doing good. Like we just, you know, and that's just on one of my brokerage accounts. I have multiple brokerage accounts. I have multiple accounts. But you're not talking to a noob. You're talking to one of the best guys in crypto. My portfolios outperformed most guys. Like I had synthetics, Aave, whatever. So, I mean, coming from somebody that's held from 10K when literally they were saying Bitcoin was never ever going to break 20K again to we're at like 48 now. I mean, like, if you're thinking it's going to be the top, like, I don't know what you're trying to do. If you're thinking it's going to be the top, like, I'm calling that it's not going to be the top for sure. And I've been right every single time, and I was in real estate before, and I have a massive amount of financial success. I have one of the best portfolios. I've invested Warren Buffett and all these other guys. So, I mean, whatever you want to do, but I'm just telling you, it's not going to be the top, I don't think. If you're like, is this the top? I don't think that's the top. If you're trying to cost base average in a little position, really like the lowest we're most likely going to go is down to like 40K potentially. And if you want to just cost base average in, you want to put in like $100 here, $100 here, $100 here, something like that, or you know like $100 here, $100 here, $100 here. Like there's just different ways of doing it. I just don't have any clue where you're coming from, what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish. Because if you give me the criteria to what you're trying to do, like are you trying to long it? Are you trying to go on high leverage, low leverage? Are you just trying to buy it? You know what I mean? Like if you tell me what you're doing, then I'll help you out. So just type in really quick, and then after this I might go through like 1 or 2 other comments if you have any other comments. But yeah, you're talking to somebody that made a stupid amount of money in real estate and crypto, and I'm literally just coming onto the internet to try and help people out. That's it. You're never going to see me taking sponsorship from YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay me anything close to what I made last year in real estate. I'm buying another real estate property after this bull run because I just made, obviously, if I was in heavy in crypto at 10K on top of like, so, but yeah, so I'm just here to help. Just let me know what the deal is. Okay, what does he say? It feels like it's gonna fall. I'm gonna vomit. Hold. Just freaking hold. Not financial advice. I went to school to be a doctor. I am not a financial advisor. I have no financial freaking. I mean, I took economics in college and all that stuff, but I'm not a financial advisor. Hold if you want. Like, let me see if I can find like on Robinhood when I was buying at like fucking 10K and shit. Let me see. I had Robinhood like way back when I just was first starting, and let me see if I can pull that up. But BTC, Bitcoin, buy. I have videos of me like on social media telling people like put your life savings in at 11K. But I'm telling you, hold. So I should hold. I mean, it depends. You're talking to like one of the biggest experts right now. Like, I've like, so like, it depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you want to do. Like right now, I hold more Ethereum than I do Bitcoin because there's more potential and I understand the risk to reward. Like, and I hold Cardano. Like, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you might be able to go into another altcoin. But what I'm saying is don't leave the cryptocurrency space. And if you want guaranteed returns, Bitcoin is it right now. Just don't even look at the prices. Don't even look at the prices unless you're like trading it and stuff. Yeah, this is me like buying like a small amount at freaking 9,000. I can't really find a lot of my cost base average in. Let me see. We can go right here. This is Coinbase, freaking Bitcoin, 9,000, me cost base averaging in to begin with. All right. So, yeah, I mean, hold is what I would recommend for sure. Um, I mean, it just depends what you're trying to do, though. Like, are you trying to, trade it? Are you trying to, it just depends on what you're trying to do. But, yeah, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like, but if you're just like in cryptocurrency to like buy Bitcoin or whatever, and you're like, is it gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? Hold, cost base average. This is more so for like a channel for like trades, people that are trading it. I'm gonna try and trade it. So if you're trying to trade it, you want to go really low leverage to begin with, and you want to really know what you're doing. So definitely freaking just watch my videos because, like I said, like I'm a really good trader. I've never lost money on a trade, and I've traded over 400. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to get rich. I already made a lot of money in real estate, and we'll go over real estate on the channel later. But if you're trying to get rich, just watch the channel, learn from me, learn how to trade through me. You're literally going to get so much education from me for free, just learning and watching me do it. You're going to see everything from Elliott wave to Fibonacci retracement. So just watch me trade. Like I go on like 3 times a day, and really it just comes up to you, like how much education you're willing to give to yourself, because I'm always going to be on here showing the charts, always trying to help people. So just ask me questions. Like if you don't understand something, if you're like, hey, I saw this head and shoulders, or I saw this double top, but like, how does it really work? Really, just ask me. I'm really just here to help. Like I said, I'm not hitting sponsorship. I'm never going to sell you a freaking course. I'm never going to ask for you to join my Discord server and it's going to cost you money. It's never going to be anything like that. So just sub to the channel and then just come on here and ask me questions based off of and try and learn the technical analysis. And then once you think that you understand the technical analysis and you're willing to make those trades, and then I also give you a lot of opportunities. Like we cost based average into the Ethereum trade that we're up on right now. Like we're profitable on this ETH trade right now, and then we traded like Bitcoin like 3 times already. We traded ETH I think 4 times. Like we've probably traded on this channel over 10K already. On this channel alone in profits, 10K in profits. I mean that's nothing, but I just started up the channel. So, and it's all in profits. We've never lost a single penny trading $10,000 in profits on this channel. So there'll be plenty of opportunities. Just make sure that you're subbed. Just make sure that you're paying attention. And it really comes down to the education, really comes down to what you're willing to put into it. If you're on here every single day, you're going to be learning. You're going to be learning a lot. And we trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then you guys know I freaking love ADA. I have like a lot of money in ADA that I got in at 10 cents, but right now isn't really the best time to accumulate. I'll let you guys know when the best time to accumulate all the best coins are, to be conservative. So just like holding ETH and ADA since New Year's. Yeah, those are good tokens for sure. And then we obviously talk about like Link, Uni, and then I found your channel, convinced me. I found your channel, convinced me to tune into your live streams every time. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, if you listen to live streams, I feel like Bitcoin's gonna hit 100,000, and then it's just a life skill that you have to trade, and then you can swing trade, which is what I prefer to do. And it's just really easy. You can go on like 2x leverage, and if you know the price is going up, you can just 2x your money no matter what. Like super low risk. Like just like you can get swing trading in, you can day trade, whatever. I'll teach you guys how to do all that stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna be funding like 10x leverage trades going forward. So when we get a few more subs, I'm just gonna be live streaming my exact trades. Like I already do that. But I'm going to be doing 10x leverage, live streaming the exact trades, the exact take profits, the exact stop losses. So it'll be fun. Also, I have Dot, Uni, Aave, Link. Yeah, I have a lot of coins. Like I used to have 30 cryptocurrencies back when like the old alt season was starting, but I mean, less is more. So like really all you need right now is really Ethereum. Like I'm not telling you guys to sell your coins. It just depends on what price average you get in on. Because like obviously DOT is a good project, yes, but you want to get in at a good price, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I cover it a lot on the channel so that guys can get in on good prices. And then again, Link, I hold Link a little bit of it, but it's just been crapping out on us. And we go over the charts on it all the time. And Vet just did a nice pump. We were talking about that. Aave, I don't even know. Aave's up insane. Like I had Aave as an OG back when it was called Lend, and that's just been insane. Uni, kind of disappointing. Seems like it could pump, but yeah, I mean, really, all you need though is Bitcoin and Cardano, in my opinion, to be honest with you. All you really need is Bitcoin and Cardano, because then you have your anti-inflationary asset and you have your altcoin. So when altcoins pump, you'll do well with Cardano. When Bitcoin pumps, you'll do well with Bitcoin. But obviously, ETH has an insane amount of potential. I bought a bit of... Is that Bitcoin Cash? Looks like you might be able to get a bit of profits on that. What is that, Bitcoin Cash? Or because sometimes people will just spell the ticker symbol wrong. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, usually like one of the strategies that I used to use, I used to make like on top of like when I was trading full time, on top of that, what I would do is I would go on Coinbase and I would trade different altcoins, and then like when one altcoin was down, I would trade it into another altcoin. Like when one of my altcoins would pump, I would take those and trade it into an altcoin that I knew was going to pump next, and I would make between $100 and $200 a day on top of my trading account doing trading altcoins. And so Dang, up 14% on the year. I mean, here's the problem I have with this. And this is coming from somebody that actually used to trade altcoins. This is the problem I have with it, is that at the end of the day, Bitcoin Cash is not a coin that you want to hold long term. Like, it has zero like real world interest long term. It's literally, like you said, it could go up a bit on profits. And it's really more speculative than anything, especially with the vibe of the market right now. It seems like every single time you give up on a coin, it seems like it just pumps. Like, everybody freaking gives up on coins like XRP, and then all of a sudden it pumps. Everybody gives up on, a lot of these coins. And so I wouldn't personally, like, if you're looking at, like, because on this channel, like, I like to talk about the markets and, like, personally what I'm doing, like, personally, so that, like, it's not just like a bunch of crap where you're just listening to somebody feed you a bunch of crap. No, I'm extremely profitable, and I'm helping you out doing the exact things that I would do and that I do. And personally, like, I would never hold a coin that I consider a crap coin, because yes, the potential for it to go up is high, just because everything in the market's going to go up. But why would you hold a crap coin on that potential that it doesn't go up? Or if you hold it and then you're like, you know what, actually I want to change it into something else, and then it pumps. It's just way better to hold coins that are more valuable, like something like Uniswap. I think Uniswap has more potential to pump than Bitcoin Cash does. I mean, there's potential here. I mean, it's only up 13% on the year, so it could go up 100%. It's just, are you willing to take that risk? For me personally, that's not part of my strategy. I wouldn't be willing to do something like that. BNB, you think BNB is crap? I seem to. BNB Binance Coin. I don't think BNB Binance Coin is crap. Really, what I want to see, because BNB Binance Coin is, powered by, the company Binance. What I want to see out of Binance is I want to see Binance develop more so their US Binance accounts and offer more cryptocurrencies. I just want to see more development from the company, and you're really having to look at the appraisal of the company, because it's factored into the coin, if that makes sense. Like, you're not really buying, like, the cryptocurrency is backed up by the company. When the company does well, Binance Coin does well. On top of obviously what's going on with the market with it. And so, I mean, Binance is one of the best industries. The thing is that you're essentially buying like a stock, but instead of a stock, it's a cryptocurrency. So you're essentially buying a stock and a cryptocurrency. And obviously, what's better, a stock or a cryptocurrency? Well, we saw a graph go up 100% yesterday. So obviously, cryptocurrencies are going to be a lot better usually than outperforming stocks. So what you see in things like crypto.com coin and what you see in Binance coin, they tend to not perform as well as the actual cryptocurrencies themselves, because these cryptocurrencies tend to not be anti-inflationary. They tend to have, they can print as much of them as they want. And then on top of that, they're also, the other problem I have with them is that they're tied down to the company, whereas a lot of people want to actually invest in the actual ecosystems of the cryptocurrencies themselves. Let me give you an example. Uniswap. Uniswap is a cryptocurrency. It's a revolutionary cryptocurrency that is built into its own ecosystem. So when you go on Uniswap, you're incentivizing the ecosystem of Uniswap. And obviously, as everybody is in Uniswap, as everybody is trading in Uniswap, because there's altcoin season, that provides a massive amount of liquidity to the ecosystem, which is huge. And so you're looking at comparing something like Uniswap to something like BNB. Well, BNB is fine. If you want to have a company, if you want to be exposed to a company that's going to be like essentially selling the shovels to this gold rush, which is digital gold, which is Bitcoin, which is digital currency, that's fine. You're just most likely going to see more conservative returns. But when you look at it from, because I used to be in stocks, when you look at it from what they if you go to business school, what they teach you like with different companies is you want to have a competitive advantage, and really the biggest competitive advantage with Binance, there's a multitude of them. But then on top of that, on marketing, because they have like the lowest fees, they've been around for a long time, they're trusted within the community, they have a lot of reputation. There's a lot of advantages. So it's definitely like one of the best, I would say, like as far as like businesses to get involved with coins. But it's like, do you want to be involved in like essentially a crypto stock, or do you want to be involved with the cryptocurrency ecosystem? Maybe the cryptocurrency stock has a little bit more, you know, I just don't see the returns as high as something like Cardano, which can literally scale itself out and fund its entire ecosystem and then bridge on top of it um, basically a multitude of different decentralized applications to power the future of blockchain technology. You know what I'm saying? So like and investors see this the same way. So I don't think BNB is a crap coin. I think of it more of a stock and getting exposed to a company that's involved with cryptocurrency. And obviously, do I think cryptocurrency is going to do well over the next 1 to 3 years? I do. So BNB is definitely not a crap coin, but it's definitely not the best option in my opinion. Um, maybe crypto.com, maybe it fares a little bit better in my opinion to crypto.com. But crypto.com really makes sense if you're like got straight racks. If you got straight racks in crypto, then like I'm talking racks, because I think you need like a couple $100,000 to really earn money. My buddy wants to buy ADA. Do you think it's too late if he has none? Yeah, so I talk about this a lot, and I really, it's more so than anything. It's like it's not too late as far as it's going to peak, but if you're holding it long term, we could potentially hit these prices again at the bottom of the bear market, potentially. So like for me personally, like right now, I'm not interested in purchasing right now because I'm holding it for the next, however many years, like 4 years until the next bull run. So I'm holding it through this entire cycle. It depends on what he's trying to accomplish. If he wants to, if are you saying is there more upside to Cardano in this entire bull market, not just this one alt season, because there's multiple alt seasons in a bull run? Yes, there's going to be more potential for Cardano. Very conservatively, Lark Davis said that 5x is a conservative target for Cardano to hit. I just personally, I disagree with that. I think 10x is extremely conservative in this bull run for Cardano. But, I've been you guys know that we are hyper bullish on Cardano on this channel. But we're not buying any right now. My opinion would be this. And not really my opinion. I don't really like to give my opinions. But my thought would be this. If you're getting into Cardano, why wouldn't you just get into Ethereum? Ethereum has a higher potential gain. It has an intrinsic value that's a lot better because there's already decentralized applications built on top of the network on an ecosystem. It's already being powered. So, I mean, you could go Cardano, but like, why not Ethereum would be my only question. And it depends on if you're trying to quick flip it or not. If you're trying to hold it for the long term, like the next 4 years, it would be an okay position potentially. I would personally wait for a retest. If you're trying to hold it for the next, through this, altcoin season, at least this bull run, it should go up an additional. We'll say Lark David's conservative 5x, and we'll say my conservative 10x to give you a perspective of what's going on. And I really do think that that's conservative on the 10x side. Or well, it already has gone up. I've been in it for so long, I haven't realized. Maybe 5 to 6 to around 10x. Maybe that is conservative because I was potentially looking at a 50x from 10 cents. So maybe that is on par because it's almost $1 at this point. It just flies by. I just try not to think about it because it irritates me because I want to accumulate more of it. Do you trade on Bybit? I do trade on Bybit. So yeah, every time you see my stuff, it's going to be on Bybit. BitBoy has reached out a lot and said that there's like dumping that occurs on Bybit. So I don't like be like link in the description, Bybit and all that stuff. Like especially, I don't want to shill anything, so I don't shill anything. Like I never will give you a link to anything just because I don't even want to come off as like the wrong intentions, and I just don't need that money. So yeah, if there's ever a recommendation, like I'll just tell you, like yeah, I use Bybit, but I'm not gonna shill you a referral code. And then if you don't want to use Bybit or you want to use something that doesn't require a VPN, Kraken, if you're in the United States, is pretty decent. But they only use 1 to 5x leverage. But if you're new to trading, all you need is 1 to 5x. Whereas on Bybit, you can do up to 100x leverage. 100x leverage is straight degenerative. Don't do it. Damn, I have heaps at 20 cents before I even knew what I was doing. Nice, nice. Yeah, some people just like get lucky in crypto and they don't really understand like how the economy works and like how important like Bitcoin is and all this stuff and like the fundamentals. Isn't Bitcoin in a bull flag on the 4 hour? It's so this is how crypto works. Like this is how crypto works. As far as trading goes, everything's an idea until it's confirmed by volume. So, like I just showed you guys earlier, that double top, like I just showed you, it depends on how the market perceives it. We can have a double top, but unless it plays out, breaks the neckline, confirms, and is followed by volume, which is essentially the market confirming it, everything's an idea until it's confirmed by volume. So the idea of a bull flag, I've seen people draw it before, but the problem that I have with the bull flag, and I really just don't want to roast these guys, but to have a bull flag, you need to have touch points on it, and it doesn't look for like from what everything I've seen, they don't have the 3 touch points. So it's the idea of a consolidation bull flag, but it is technically, like as far as technically in technical analysis, it's not a textbook bull flag. So I'm not going to draw it. Like I told you guys, you can't just randomly draw like you can't randomly draw triangles and such. You have to have them perfect, like with technical analysis. Like you can't just like randomly draw like whatever you want. So like going off of this idea, like I haven't seen touch points line up for a bull flag, so I'm only literally going to show you guys like the actual perfect technical analysis, no BS, no interpretations. By the way, I've started trading and stuff. Is leverage like a loan? So leverage is like this, and because I was in real estate, I'd be a perfect person to ask about this because you leverage real estate getting in to get higher ROIs, which is like a mortgage, and that's really advanced. We're not going to get into that today, but so essentially how it works is it's a little bit different than a loan. So a loan, like let's say you take out $10,000 at 6%, you have your time frame on that. The margin that you're working off of is you're working off of your credit. So you have to apply for the loan and you have to be credible because what is a dollar? A dollar is $1 worth of credit to pay off $1 worth of debt. Let me see if I have a dollar. Let me teach you guys a little bit. All right, yeah, so it says right here on this paper note, and it's not actually called the dollar, it's called Federal Reserve note. So you have this Federal Reserve note, and it says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. So if this is if this is $20 of legal tender to pay off debt, what is this? This is a credit for $20 of debt. So this is really a credit system. So then when you go to the bank and you ask for credit, when you become credible, you're getting credit. You're getting more credit. When you have more credit, when you're more credible, you get more credit. So you have to be credible to take out that loan. That is different than how Bybit works. On Bybit, what you do is you incentivize the loan by putting down your own collateral. So let's say you have $10,000, using the exact same example. Before you use your credit, your credibility, your credit score to obtain credit, and the margin is based off of time and your credit. Whereas on Bybit, you put down your initial capital, collateral, different words, business words, but your cash, you put down your, let's say, $10,000 in Bitcoin, and that is your credit, essentially, if you think about it in terms of a loan. And then on top of that, because you put down your $10,000, they will loan you out on top of your $10,000. Let's say you do 2x leverage. So what you're doing is you're putting up your $10,000, and you're saying, I have $10,000 right here, I want another $10,000. And they say, okay, we'll give you another $10,000. And if you trade with that $10,000 and your trade goes down 50%, so if you go into your trade and it goes down 50%, then we're going to liquidate you, because we're going to take your initial $10,000 you had to cover your loan. So you're incentivizing the collateral with your own capital, and that would be that 50% would be called the liquidation level. And so let's jump into the chart, show us some short TA. I got you. I mean, just go back earlier, I guess. I mean, I can go and do it a little bit. This guy just asked about this. We cover the charts quick, so just sub to the channel. I already got everybody updated on all the charts. Basically, Bitcoin's consolidating. We need to hold the levels on ETH. It's just stuff like that. We mostly go over the more macro charts. I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm just going to cover this question really quick, just because I'm really in it just to help people. What's it called? So you got the incentivized collateral or whatever. And so if it's like a 5x leverage, then you would essentially get liquidated at 20%, because if you borrowed 10 times what you had, if you did a 5x, yeah, just sub to the channel. Like I said, I cover TA ultra quick. I go over everything, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything really quickly. It's all back there. And if you just want future updates, just sub to the channel. We do it quickly, and then we just talk about what everybody's looking at, different, So if you're doing 5x leverage, essentially you would get liquidated at 20%, and then basically you would be putting up 10,000, you would do 5x leverage, you would get loaned out 100,000, and then when the price came down, essentially 10,000, which is what you initially put up, they'll just take your 10,000 to cover the debt. Now, if your price goes up, you're essentially making money on that 50,000, not 100,000. If that makes sense, that should, but that's the bare basics. You're basically saying, I'm putting up my own collateral as insurance to back up this loan, and if the loan does poorly, then you can take my money. And then basically stop losses are so you don't get liquidated, so you only lose a certain amount of the money you put up, and then any of that money that you borrow, you can basically gain money on that money. So if essentially you're on a 2x leverage, essentially what would happen is if you're on 2x, then you would, I'll go into these charts really quick. I wasn't trying to be mean, I was just trying to help this other guy out real quick. Yeah, so it looks like we're just consolidating. This looks pretty good. This is bullish engulfing, and this is obviously a doji. Yeah, we're just consolidating like this doji kind of says, and then it looks like a reversal. We want to hold this level right here. Looks good. But and then we'll go over ETH for a second. I'm actually joining. So I made a ton of money in real estate. Then I was I'm done with money. I'm good. I went into medical school, top of my class, and then I actually had to drop out. Oh, this is a bearish retest right here, going down. Well, anyways, I just made all this money in crypto. I actually joined Special Forces. So I'm actually a Marine. So I got to go do some PT stuff and go freaking sprint some miles and stuff, because that was the last thing I wanted to do. Life goals that I had for myself. So I actually got to head out. Oh, it looks like it just broke through that resistance, which is really good. So it tested it, broke through. That's bullish. Ethereum's looking great. We're looking at this level right here, this level right here. But I got to go drink some pre-workout, some post-workout. and then get my recon stuff and go talk to First Sergeant. But yeah, freaking sub to the channel. Let us know. I got you. Again, we go over the charts really quickly. You know, we cover everything you need to know, and then I don't want to leave you guys. I literally have to go to a physical fitness test right now. I got to go sprint some miles. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, Bitcoin dominance looking good for alts. But again, like I said before, like we're not no more so looking at Bitcoin dominance right now, just because when you look at the whole crypto market cap, crypto total crypto market cap right here, we're setting all-time highs, and we're cooling off a little bit right here. We could pull up a fib. I just got to head out. I'll pull it up later. You know, I keep you guys updated. I just got to go hang out with First Sarge for a second, and or else I would totally be in here longer with you guys. So just sub to the channel. I'll get you guys going. And yeah, I got you guys. Sub to the channel, and I'll keep you guys updated always. We sub like, or we shoot videos like 3 times a day usually. So thanks, bro. I really appreciate it. We're freaking killing it. So I blew out my back the other week, and we still hit good, like perfect like PT scores. So we're doing good. But I'm always gonna be on here for sure. Absolutely. Keeping you guys updated. So yeah, I'll be back on later though. I just gotta go sprint these miles and I'll be back. So just sub to the channel and turn on post notifications. I'll keep updating you guys.